Franco Zuniga here, and this is part 2 of the Horrifying Nightmare, Chapter 2, September 18th, 1985. Charlie Reese was a normal teenager at Dimitri High in Ohio. Soon he graduated. His friend Jim Rubin went to the same school. So did he. They've been friends for a while, and Charlie's mother was disappointed that her son is moving out. Charlie didn't know what was at the time, and he saw the Ray Charlie Jones's house on the hill, that he will soon buy the place. Some people thought that this house has been haunted by the mysterious figure who murdered him. Charlie wasn't surprised that Ray Charlie Jones hasn't died that long. He thought it was natural causes that killed him. "Hey, Charlie!" Jim Rubin had shouted. He wasn't surprised that Charlie had not yet bought the place on the hill, not too far from the school. "You really think you're going to buy the Ray Charlie Jones house on the..." "Yes, of course. Why wouldn't I?" Charlie asked. "Some people think that Ray Charlie Jones died in his own home on the hill." "Oh, Jim, I'm not surprised. Don't give me that superstition," Charlie told him. Charlie had bought the place a few weeks ago with a roommate. And yes, of course, his friend was there. "I'm going to let you stay with me for a while, Jim," Charlie told him once again. "Really?" "Of course." So Jim and Charlie slept in the same room, in separate beds. It was past midnight. Jim was asleep, and Charlie was also. Charlie heard a loud thud from the attic. He had gone to the restroom that night, out to the hallway. The attic door was open. Charlie didn't notice why. He saw the door open, but it was getting cold though. So he closed and locked it. And a few minutes later, the door was open again. Jim had gone to the restroom that night and went up to the attic to see what was up there. He had seen a big trunk that was filled with notes and letters. He went back down to fall asleep. Charlie heard a whisper in his ear. "Why haven't you left?" The voice said, "Why haven't you left?" I got louder. "Why haven't you left?" Charlie woke up and asked him, "Hey, knock it off!" "Charlie," Jim asked, "what the hell are you talking about? You shouted at me. Why haven't you left, Jim?" Charlie was annoyed. He went back to sleep, and Charlie, Jim asked for something that he might be able to answer. Charlie was going to wake up at a certain time. Charlie wasn't a superstitionist. But Jim, on the other hand, he was. He stated that this mysterious figure would kill him in his sleep. He had gone to the restroom that night. Through the hallway, it was black as pitch. He went to the restroom again, like I said. He saw the bloody carcass on the floor and the stall. He was terrified that this mysterious figure would kill and be his next victim. Charlie didn't believe him. He had warned him not to go into the bathroom There was a dead carcass, she said. Charlie, you have to believe me. Not to worry, Jim. There's nothing there. You know, there's nothing there. When he looked back, the carcass was gone. Charlie had gone back to sleep, but was reading a classic of scary stories in the middle of the night. Jim didn't want him to tell him, again, didn't want him to know or tell him that he should able to leave the property. Charlie, you have to believe me, and I'm warning you, Charlie replied. Jim, this is nonsense. Ray Charlie Jones moved out and died. He moved out of his house and died, and sold it probably. And he left things here, which is nothing to worry about, like I said, nothing to worry about. Jim had to answer back. Charlie, you really have to believe me. This mysterious figure is in this house. And you don't even have to know about this. You don't even know he's actually here. Charlie replied again. I had enough of this nonsense, Jim. The phone rang again and again and again. Charlie had answered. Hello? Yes, this is him. Okay, remind me that later. About that later, in a few minutes. Jim replied, with a scared look on his face. As you all know, about this is really intense, and I know about this too. So, you are insane not to know, to find out that this mysterious figure is in this house and going to kill you, or kill us both. I will warn you the next time, Charlie, you'll see. Later that same night, on the Tuesday, Charlie had gotten another call and answered. The mysterious figure's voice. The mysterious voice was on the line. The voice says, why haven't you left? Why haven't you left? The mysterious voice shouted. Jim was shocked that it was Ray Charlie Jones on the line. Hello, Charlie. Charlie was confused that Ray Charlie Jones had called him in the middle of the day or the middle of the night at 6:30 p.m. As you all know, it was kind of the middle of the night at 6:30 p.m. And he was not expecting another call. As you all know, there's no expecting no call at 6:30 a.m. or p.m. because no one calls him in the middle of the night. As you all know, confused and disgusted, I know about all this. This is the end of part 2, and I will continue for another horrifying nightmare. Part 2. Thank you. And leave a description. To leave this description, please subscribe. There's the link, if you can. And post a comment, if you can. Or this mysterious figure is going to find you at 3:41 a.m. And you know what? I expect you not to die of a heart attack at 3:41 a.m. on the same Tuesday. Thank you all.